আমরা এখন একটু পরে আদি রন্ড্রাক এটার মধ্যে চড়ে ঘুরবো। এই বোটটা চড়ে লেক জর্জ আমাদের ঘোরাবে। সো আপনাদের দেখাই চলে।
Welcome aboard the Adirondack for your cruise on Lake George, the Queen of American Lakes. And as we get started here, I'd like to tell you about the lake itself. Lake George is a natural lake extending for 32 miles. It's 2.5 miles wide at its widest and approximately 200 feet deep at its deepest point, with the average depth around 60 feet. And Lake George is known as being a pure and clean body of water. And the residences around the lake, along with the village of Lake George, do take their drinking water directly from the lake. And it's for this fact that please do not throw anything overboard. You do have trash cans located throughout the vessel, and also for your convenience, we have a beverage bar open down on the first deck. And at times throughout the cruise, I'll be pointing out some of the homes and give you some facts on Lake George that might be of interest to you. For example, the large wooden structure off to our right side is the Fort William Henry. The original fort was built back in 1755 by the British General Sir William Johnson. The purpose of this fort was to stop the French advancement of this area. It did work very well because in 1757, the French general, the Marquis de Montcalm, along with his Indian allies, the Huron, burned that fort down on the ground. The fort you see here today was built shortly after 1952, after some local historians over to England researched the archives and found the original blueprints. And that fort, along with Lake George and the surrounding area, were immortalized in James Fenimore Cooper's novel, The Last of the Mohicans. And in that novel, he referred to the lake as Lake Horicon, as the name of our sister ship. And the name Horicon is a Mohican term which means pure or clean body of water. And one of the original names of this lake was Lac du Saint-Sacre. It was given that name back in 1642 by a French and Jesuit missionary by the name of Isaac Jones. The name of this lake remained Lac du Saint-Sacre until 1755, when the British General Sir William Johnson, who built Fort William Henry, renamed the lake in honor of his king, King George II of England. And the Native American tribe in the area, the Mohawk, referred to the lake as Andia Tarocte, which mostly means the lake that shuts itself in. And as you look around the lake today, you'll see that it's pretty much surrounded on all sides by mountains. There are no major rivers leading into or out of this lake. Most of the water you see here comes from underground springs, which are very deep and very cold. And Lake George is kind of unusual in that it does flow north. It flows north and down here to southern Mason's village of Lake George, 32 miles from the town of Ticonderoga, where it then flows through a series of falls and dams known as the Lachute River. There it drops over 200 feet to the level of Lake Champlain, where it then flows in the St. Lawrence Seaway and eventually the North Atlantic.
আমরা মাত্র বোটে থেকে নামলাম আদি রনড্যাক্স থেকে। সো আমাদের সুন্দর ট্রিপটা নাইস হয়েছে, ভালো লাগছে অনেক। সো আপনাদের যদি ভালো লেগে থাকে, যদি সুন্দর কিছু দেখাতে পারি, সো লাইক কমেন্ট শেয়ার অ্যান্ড সাবস্ক্রাইব করবেন। থ্যাংক ইউ।